say, "Really, Charlie?" on the Really Charlie podcast. Tune in. It's the Really Charlie podcast, a weekly show with the one person to make you say, "Really, Charlie?" on the Really Charlie podcast. Tune in. It's the Really Charlie podcast, a weekly show with the one person to make you say, "Really, Charlie?" on the Really Charlie podcast. Tune in.
Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie podcast. What's going on, yo? Just want to kind of give you an idea of what's coming up this Tuesday. And I got a great guest, second time on the show, Merrilee of Solana. She is definitely a great author, a good friend of mine. I'm actually so happy to have her on the show again. I listened to her on Spotify, throughout the week, and she comes on Spotify and talks with her a good friend, co-host John Lacasse, and I believe it's Lacasse, but good dude, very intelligent, and they have conversation about many things. Well, she's also an author. And you know how I feel about authors. I have this strong admiration for any author that puts something out. And Merrilee put this book out. It's called The Game. This book is very interesting, and it talks about love, and also it's also spiritual, right? When you talk about love, you got to put God in it, right? You got to put God in it, and so Merrilee talks about, if you love God, then you can put love into anything that you do throughout your day, throughout your conversation, anything that you're possibly doing, home, work, relationships, and so she puts it all. Winning by a virtue. One move at a time, as is the subtitle of the book. It's called The Game. She also goes by the Princess Merrilee of Solana, and I actually, like I said, I enjoy listening to her on throughout the week on Spotify, and she's very inspirational. And once we met through Fireside, right? And Fireside was the other platform that I was on, and I had her on, and we talked, and it was great. And then we had some mutual friends on Fireside, like Tony and Jill Cordova from I'm Right, and also the Soul Reader. We were all friends, it's so we built this bond through Fireside, and now we all pretty much ventured off to other platforms. And Merrilee is definitely going to be a great guest. So I need you to come on. Need you to tune in. It'll be Facebook Live, YouTube, also the podcast channel, the group here on Facebook, and make sure you check us out. Check us out for all the good why I bring a podcast to you every single week. So someone can get highlighted, right? We want someone to get highlighted and give them their flowers while they're standing. Many of my guests actually fill up this bookshelf in the back, right? Their books are there. Great authors, and then I had some of you all on the podcast. So let me just read a little bit about Merrilee, right? my friends. All right. Princess Merrilee Solana of Solana, PhD, and Ambassador of Love. She's the author, mentor, and advocate. Merrilee's journey to love began in 2009, sitting at her desk with bills and divorce papers. She turns to read her Bible. The message was clear: to love and love only. That's when she committed to follow um, the instruction, the instruction. With absolute conviction, she desired to experience the life of God and promised to deliver. For the last 15 years, Merrilee has focused solely on the practice of love as a characteristic of being. Since then, her experience has been uncommon and extraordinary, as each day presents unexpected opportunities, connections, gifts, and favor, which is true. For some reason, we got connected, right? And I'm so glad that God had put us in touch, and had that network. He formed that network between us because we found out that we had a lot in common when it comes to podcasting and what we produce and put out there. Merrilee is an award-winning, international best-selling author, mentor, and advocate for love who teaches others how to implement the power of love to solve any problem. Her expertise eliminates generational pain, gives clarity to the obscure, and inspires immediate change as her formula for success helps others to find themselves happy. Hey, that's good. That's good. That's a good solution, right? Right. She got the solutions for you. So she's going to be on here on Tuesday. Can't wait. Recognized by Marquise Who's Who, the Wall Street Journal, and featured as the cover story for the Millennium magazine, Merrilee is celebrated across the world, honored with the title Queen Crown Princess Merrilee of Solana, Guardian of Divinity by Marsic Crown Kingdom. Her book, The Game, Winning by Virtue, One Move at a Time, is the winner of the International Impact Award and serves as educational inspiration for Dream Changers Publishing. That's Dream Changers Publishing, where we're featured as the Star Force commander in comic books, radio, and movies. Merrilee is a podcast host for the Merrilee Show and High in the Canopy with John LaCassie. That's his name, John LaCassie, former host of the Rich Code podcast. Those two are great together. I really, really enjoy just kind of listening to them every day. It's better than radio sometimes, It is radio when you kind of look at it. Merrilee is the inspiration for the protagonist in Deals, Danger, Destiny, and Floppy Feathers by Dr. John LaCassie. And the inspiration of Knowing Merrilee, My Life with a Princess, a testimonial by Craig Liscombe. Merrilee is the mother of four and a grandmother. She enjoys her precious companion with Chip and Nala when writing, being in nature, meditating, reading, listening music, and celebrating with friends and family. Merrilee attributes all her success to the glory of God. Amen. Yes. Her website is merrileeofsolana.com. You can also find her on Merrilee at Merrilee of Solana.com, and also lovemastery.me. That's lovemastery.me. Great stuff. Great stuff. So she's going to be with me. She's going to be with me. We're going to talk shop. We're going to talk about her book as I continue to read her book. It's just amazing, you know. I think she kind of what she really does is she really she kind of just kind of gets you relaxed, especially in the morning. Start your day off right. Have a great conversation with John, and they just kind of go at it on Spotify. So we will be doing that on Tuesday. Great stuff. All right, Merrilee doesn't know about this announcement that I'm doing, so but I just did it so I can get it out there, advertise it, and get it going. This is brought to you by StreamYard. I am always on StreamYard. StreamYard has been good to me as a podcaster, and going to add podup.com. That's going to be another way of me getting my podcast out to you guys. So I really appreciate it. So feel free to get in touch with me. You want to come on the podcast. We have some dates available throughout the springtime, so I can plug you in. Doesn't matter if it's later in the spring, summer, fall, winter, whatever. You want to be on here and you want to lock down a date, just get in touch with me. My email is reallycharliepodcast.com@gmail.com. That's reallycharliepodcast@gmail.com. Just get in touch with me and we can set up something. All right. So Merrilee, I can't wait to get you on here. Everyone listening to me on YouTube, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Spotify, continue to listen, support me. Really would love to see you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Really Charlie YouTube channel. Come on, help me out here. And, feel free. You want to advertise on this podcast, let me know. We'll definitely get something out there, whether it's community events. I like broadcasting community events. You got something going on in your city or town, let me know. Just send it to me and I'll announce it. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's what the community does. All right, everyone. Thank you. And this is the Really Charlie podcast. And I'll see you. See you next Tuesday. This Tuesday coming up. And we will be with Merrilee. It's Merrilee Sweeney. We call her Merrilee of Solana. She's a great girl, great woman. And all she's into is playing the game, as she wrote, the game. Playing the game, and the game is all about love. So this is for you. Come on, check me out. All right, y'all. My song by my man Dirty. He's definitely did this for me a while ago, which I wanted it to be my intro and exit. He's doing great things, He's got something coming up. Got to get him on the podcast too, so we can talk shop about his new projects. Many guests coming up. Got Rakeem coming up 2 weeks. We're also going to be doing facts and stories about fentanyl with myself and my co-host Paula Young. We'll get back to doing that on the 26th. So I'll actually have 2 shows on that day, on the 26th, back to back. And we're going to get things going back with fentanyl to get those stories out there. It's very, very important. You kind of pay attention, Fentanyl is laced with everything, whether it's, drugs that you're, got a monkey on your back, or any kind of recreational drug that you're using, it can be laced by fentanyl and kill you very, very quickly. Very quickly. So pay attention. Watch out what you're doing. Watch out who you're getting your stuff from. And if it's marijuana, go to the dispensary, right? That's what they're there for. Get involved. Get involved and get yourself going to the dispensary, because you don't know what's laced on your marijuana or any kind of drugs. And talk about it. Talk about it with your kids, your relatives. Have a conversation about the opioids and fentanyl. Just have a conversation. Make them aware of it. The stuff's out there like it's candy. So, but that's the other podcast, Fentanyl Facts and Stories. Myself and Paula Young, every Wednesday night. We're going to actually bring it to a Tuesday, this on the 26th. Going to try something out. But we're usually on every Wednesday. Just got to change it up a little bit and see what's what. All right, y'all. Take care. God bless. And like and subscribe to the Really Charlie podcast on Facebook, YouTube. Join the group. That way you get all the different shows that are coming on. All right. Take care. God bless. I will see you Tuesday. Take care.
It's the Really Charlie podcast. A weekly show with the one person to make you say, "Really, Charlie?" on the Really Charlie podcast. Tune in. It's the Really Charlie podcast. Making memories last. Your time, my time, we all shine on the Really Charlie podcast.